Hey everyone, Jeremy here. It is Thursday night and we're going to create some art. It's going to be awesome. It is Thursday, heading into a nice weekend here. I thought I'd do something a little bit fun, a little bit cutesy. I was looking through my list of pictures that I've done, and I don't think I've ever done a mouse, or if I have done a mouse, it's been like a long time. I didn't go digging that far back, but anyway, that's what I wanted to work on tonight. I just wanted to do a cute mouse, kind of hang out, kind of keep it a little bit low key tonight, just relax and have fun going into the weekend. So if you guys are into that, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw a mouse and go for it to chat with me while I'm doing it. It's gonna be great. Awesome. So yeah, like I just streamed last night, so it's not like like I didn't have any major plans for today. In fact, I was like, well, maybe I should like not do tonight and do tomorrow instead. But nah, I decided to go ahead and do it tonight. So uh, I am going to draw a mouse. I kind of figured out where I kind of want it to be. I kind of want the ears to be up here, another ear over here, big round eyes. I love cute eyes on these little critters. A little bit of a nose, maybe some whiskers coming out and stuff. I haven't decided if I want it to be kind of like fluffy or like I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. So hopefully, you guys are looking forward to the weekend. I know I am. Tomorrow night we have a gallery hop in town. I've described those to you guys before. Gallery hops are like a treat for me. I love them. Uh, you basically go around to all the different art galleries and just kind of see what everybody's up to. I'm starting to recognize some of the names, which is cool. It's almost like, I mean, they don't know me because I'm too shy to talk to them. I mean, I guess I could talk to them and stuff, but whenever I go and talk to them, they seem kind of busy and stuff. I don't want to bother them too much, um, but yeah, I'm starting to recognize some of their names, so that's kind of cool. Like if I went to an art fair where they were selling their stuff, I might actually recognize them. That's how much I'm used to doing these. But it's pretty cool. You just kind of you go into town and you just kind of like go around to all the different galleries. Each one has something different. They usually have food and sometimes wine and things like that. So it's kind of cool. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow night. That's actually why. So I used to do Friday night streams, and I really enjoyed doing Friday night streams, except that, again, everybody does things on Friday night. So if I wanted to participate in anything, I'd have to cancel my live stream in order to do it. There's like figure drawing classes on Fridays, there's like the gallery hop on Fridays. It just always seems to be whenever people schedule their stuff. So it was a bit inconvenient to do my streams on Friday when everybody in the art world always does their events on Friday. But I think this is a nice compromise. Thursday nights are great. You wake up in the morning, it's Friday, going into a weekend. I don't know if there's anything special about this weekend. I feel like I feel like Thanksgiving's right around the corner, but I keep thinking that it's sooner than it actually is. I think it's still 2 weeks away, but I think I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving. I don't know why. I could use a break. I've been working a lot lately. Could use some downtime. I like holidays because like everybody is equally celebrating the holiday, so like nobody's really bothering, you know. It's great. Hey, Willy Nilly's in the house. We got I forgot to give a shout out. Sorry. We got Rome Dog in the house. We got Kid in the house. We got Willy Nilly in the house. Probably maybe two or three others. Um, you know, not a lot of viewership on the internet to watch people draw mice, but that's okay. This is a cute mouse, though. It's not the gross kind. You know, like if there was a mouse in your kitchen running across the floor, you might be a little bit alarmed. You wouldn't be alarmed by this mouse. This is a cute kind of mouse. So if you're on the internet hiding away from this mouse, don't be afraid. It's funny because um, I'll probably turn around and draw a cat at some point and then kind of mix them up. I should draw it like a cat and a mouse, just being buddies. It's hanging out, having a good time. I think a cat's trying to get in my room right now. I can kind of hear it. You'll be all right, kitty. You can wait. It's funny, whenever I have the cat in the room when I'm doing a live stream, it wants to get out. And then, like, now it's out trying to get in. But that's okay. Oh, you killed a mouse by accident when you were searching for Finn's treasure. How'd that happen? Like out in the woods or something? Yeah, he's got these cute, adorable eyes. I'm pretty happy with this so far. All right, so I just wanted to get those eyes in real quick. I'm going to switch to um, some charcoal, get some uh, get some shadows in here. I lifted a rock and dropped it by accident on the mountain. Oh no! Are you sure it was dead? Maybe it lived. Don't answer that question. Yeah, I mean, it happens sometimes. Um, I accidentally killed a bunny rabbit in my backyard. I don't want to go into details, but I was basically lawn mowing, and it was not pretty, and I felt so bad about it. But I mean, what can you do? It's like these things happen sometimes. It's unfortunate. Yeah, it was a sad event, but I mean, what can you do, really? Sometimes it happens. It's not like, somebody's intentionally running around like, I don't know. Maybe you didn't intentionally like toss a rock at a mouse, did you? I don't know. Maybe you did. Girls do girls do things like that. Hopefully you wouldn't try to kill this mouse as an accident. Uh-huh. Likely story. Okay. Well, hopefully this mouse is so cute that nobody wants to harm it. I used to have a mouse when I don't know, a couple of years back. I think I mentioned this before. I had a little white mouse, looked like, your perfect lab rat kind of mouse. Uh, I named it Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, and it was the cutest thing. I was so into that mouse. Like I love that mouse. I kept it in like a little aquarium. It never bothered anybody. It was cute. I cleaned up his cage, fed it, and things like that. And it just ran around doing little mice things. And yeah, one day it just passed away and stuff. And I was like so like really upset. And I can't even tell why. Like I mean, it's just like a little mouse and stuff. It's not like a dog. Like you spend time with dogs. You go to like the park with the dog, you go for a walk with the dog, but the mouse just sits in its little cage. You talk to it sometimes, but you don't really like engage with it as much as other pets. So I don't know why I was like so upset when I lost that mouse, but I still remember. I think it was like let's say it was like 2009 or something. It was a while back. I might get around to getting another mouse. They kind of take care of themselves, you know. I mean, you have to clean their cage and stuff like that, but otherwise, they don't really require much. And then I had a bunny. The bunny passed away this year, so I've been kind of looking for something kind of in the bunny range. Like it's kind of weird to say, like it's like a model of a car. It's like I'm looking for something in the bunny range or something like that. Just something to take care of that's not like a cat or a dog or something. Cat or dogs, they're all family members to me. Like even if I got like another mouse or whatever, but um, you know, dogs are like companions to me. I don't know. For some people, it's cats, but for me, dogs are my companions. I really wouldn't count the bunny rabbit or a mouse as a companion, but they're all family. It's just like in your extended family, there's family you don't really hang out with, like a distant uncle or something like that, crazy uncle. Yeah, this guy's gonna be cute. I think he's already he's shaping up to be cute. I don't know why I started like with his face. I'm just kind of working out from his eyes, but I kind of like that. How about a flying squirrel? That's great. Yeah, like I just recently did a squirrel, so I was wondering if like I literally was like, hey, maybe I should do a squirrel tonight. It wasn't going to be a flying squirrel, but I was like, oh, I just did a squirrel like last week. I keep forgetting because I don't normally do the wood burning, and that's what I did. Is like the squirrels is wood burning, but a flying squirrel, I have never done a flying squirrel. That would be cool, and I'd have to get it in motion. Like I think that that is the way to do it, or else it wouldn't be fun. Like some things you have to do, like oh, it's a squirrel, it's a pet. Like I thought you were talking about a drawing. Um, oh, thanks, Rom Dong. Hey, haters in the house. A flying squirrel is a pet, huh? I don't know. Yeah, people do have squirrels, don't they? As pets? Wait a minute. There was something in the news just recently about how they took somebody's pet squirrel, I think. But yeah, I could go for that. I live in Kentucky. Nobody's gonna take my pets. Yeah. Um, Kentucky is Kentucky doesn't care what you do, except chickens. Yeah, I don't. I think there's like city ordinances against chickens. But if you want a squirrel, you can have a squirrel. In Kentucky, if you had a squirrel, they'd be like, "Why haven't you eaten it yet?" You know, looks cute already. Thanks. Yeah. Once you get those like little black eyes in there, they look super cute. One of my favorite cartoons. I know I'm too old to be watching cartoons, but I watch them anyway. One of my favorite cartoons is um, Adventure Time. And a lot of the characters on Adventure Times, they have these like round black eyes and stuff, and it's just adorable. Like anytime they want something to look adorable, they do like the big round black eyes, and uh, it's kind of hard to look at these cute little eyes and not be oh, you know. If a flying squirrel looked like this, I would definitely take it home. How do you domesticate a flying squirrel? Like, do you start off with like a baby flying squirrel? Can baby flying squirrels fly? I guess you'd have to work out with somebody. Like they're not like dogs and cats and stuff. They're yeah, Adventure Time is awesome. Thanks, Rum Dog. Yeah, Adventure Time's the best. Like it's not really for kids either. Like Adventure Time, there's some not adult humor, but there's it's made for people of all ages. I think there's some stuff in Adventure Time that I think would be lost on kids. Like they wouldn't have any kind of point of reference and stuff. But we've seen them for sale before. I'm gonna have to look into that because I would love to have like a flying squirrel. I don't I don't know how that would work with the cat I've got right now though. Like the dogs and stuff. I think the dogs could adjust because my dogs are all talk. Like they'll bark at things, but the cat will come up and just bat one of them in the face, and then they're done. They give up that easy. Yeah, Ice King. I just like Finn and Jake's attitude. They're always up for anything. It's a great message for kids. I think. Yeah, I was kind of sad when they wrapped up that show, and I think they're coming out with like other episodes that are kind of in the same world, but not quite the same thing. I don't know, but I always loved Adventure Time. Oh, we got the recipe from Hater tonight. We got roasted vegetables accompanied by a chicken cutlet and a side of 1 metric ton of salad. Nice. I haven't had a salad in a while. I feel like I need one. I do like salads. I love salads. I love everything about salads. I just love veggies in general. Like I'm not a vegetarian. I'll definitely eat my fair share of like meat recipes and stuff like that. Which I'm kind I'm rethinking. I am because like I am an animal lover, and I the more I think about how animals are treated and stuff to get to your table and stuff, I am rethinking some of that stuff. But right now, I eat a lot of meat, but I do like vegetables too. I went to a steakhouse on Tuesday and got chicken. That's weird, right? It was lunch though. Like I thought that well they're gonna take forever to like make something for me, so I'm just gonna get the chicken because it'd be nice and easy. All right, I'm gonna now that I'm a little bit away from the face, I'm gonna kind of move into this bigger one. Kind of again, this is just to get shadows in. I'm not really doing any kind of detail here. I'm not like doing anything crazy. I'm just kind of getting, I'm just kind of massing in the little guy. You know, you guys have seen the drill. This blending stuff is really good for doing this kind of stuff. There used to be different ways that I used to do this in the past. I I've done a couple of different things. I've done like a brush to do this kind of stuff. I do kind of use a brush still for like wet charcoal, but I have found that this works great just for like massing in the shape of the animal, and then you have to come back over it and put in some detail. So like I have done this consistently for like many different pictures, and it always comes out like looking pretty consistent. So I'm pretty happy with it. Made burritos tonight. Nice. Now burritos come in all shape and sizes too. So like I'm curious, what did you put in your burritos? Speaking of burritos and speaking of veggies, they had a veggie burrito at Taco Bell. I want to say like over the last couple of years, it's gone now. I don't know what happened to it, but like I used to eat the crap out of those. They were like the Fiesta burritos or something. Veggie burritos. Those were good. And like a bean burrito. I know it doesn't like sound that appealing to people, but I used to live off of those back in the day. Um, at Taco Bell, like bean burritos were like I mean, I still remember when they were like 57 cents. That's how oh yeah, the 7 layer. That is good. Yeah, for real. Um but I remember when the bean burritos were like 57 cents, and I would go in there and I would get like I don't know, like three of them and stuff, and that would be my meal. That's all I used to live off of when I was younger and like broke and didn't have any money, and you could get pretty far on $2 back then. I think I think those are like $1 now or something, maybe even more. It's crazy. The other thing that used to be cheap, none of you guys are from like Cincinnati, so you wouldn't know, but they had Coney dogs. Those are the hot dogs that are kind of like steamed, and they have like Cincinnati chili on them and a lot of finely shredded cheese and stuff. Those were pretty cheap back in the day too. I lived off of those. You guys always got me talking about food every single time. I mean, what else is there to talk about though? Like, there hasn't been any movies in a while, like any good movies, in my opinion. I don't know. Like, when the best movie at the box office is Venom. Yeah, there's not a lot of good movies out. Not that I like Venom. Venom's a fine enough show, but it's not all that. And I don't know. I feel like until we get to Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff, this year's pretty much over. Looks like a nice little mouse, little shaggy mouse. Looks pretty cute. Cornbread and chili. That is the best combination. I love it. Um, so when I was a kid, my parents used to make cornbread that wasn't the sweet cornbread. So I only really got introduced to sweet cornbread as an adult. I love that stuff. That's so good, especially with like a nice spicy chili, like the sweetness from the cornbread and the spiciness from the chili. I'm all about that. Beef burrito, cheese, rice, beans, avocado, tomato, etc. That sounds awesome. The chili thing that has me in the mood to go out and do like a little bonfire in the backyard and have some chili. It's been nice and cool around here, but not too cold. Like some of the, I imagine some of the areas in the United States and abroad are like you guys are probably like full on winter with snow and all that stuff. Around here, it's just been kind of mild. Low 60s maybe, like sometimes 50s, but that's about it. Like at night, it gets down to the 30s maybe, but not much. So down here, there's going to be a bunch of shadow where he's kind of like just resting on. I don't know what he's standing on. Maybe a table or something. He's up on the kitchen table where he's not supposed to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that shadow in there just so that I know where feet start. Well, where the body ends and where the feet start. I think I'm looking forward to this weekend because I think I'm in a spot on all my stuff where I'm not caught up, but in a good spot. I think the back of this guy comes all the way around. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely going out tomorrow night. Maybe I'll take you guys with me. Maybe if I remember to, I'll shoot some video while I'm out of the gallery hop and post it up as a video for you guys to check out. I always want to do stuff like that. I always want to take you guys with me places. Um, I don't know if I could do like a live stream per se, but I could definitely record some video and kind of like at least share the experience with you guys. That would be kind of cool. This is a bushy little mouse. I don't know if they actually come this bushy. But it is amazing, like it's only been like 20 minutes and arguably I'm taking longer on this than I need to. You can get, like, if you just want to draw something cute, you can do a mouse in a pretty quick amount of time, or just get the basics of any kind of creature. It's all really to do a mouse, to convincingly do a mouse. You get the eyes in there, and the rest of it is just kind of like an impression of body, you know? You don't have to you don't have to draw all this extra stuff if you don't want to, or you can just draw lines to represent different parts of the mouse. I mean, I'm going to do more than that, but that's the minimal you really need to do a convincing mouse. And then you can impress your friends by quickly busting out a mouse. I don't want to get crazy with this surface he's standing on, but I think I'm gonna have his tail kind of wrap around him. I don't really want to like go crazy drawing his tail, so I'm just gonna kind of have it come back around like this and kind of get lost in the shadow. I think he has to have a tail, but you don't have to draw it if you don't really want to. You can kind of tuck it back in there, tighten it a little bit. So I think that works. Cool. All right. So now I'm going to move on to, well, first I'm going to get a drink of my bourbon. You guys are just in there like, I wish I could afford to like get everybody together and have like a big meetup and stuff, because I guarantee you, all of you guys would want to meet at like a restaurant and stuff and just like really just enjoy the meal together. That would be cool. I like the as much as you guys talk about food, I would like to see all of you guys enjoying a meal at the same time. So uh, it's always a dilemma with doing these type of animals. I have to come back and add whiskers at some point, which I think might be a little bit challenging for this guy, but that looks good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. I think this is turning out okay. I like doing little creatures like this. They're you know, they're relatively stress free compared to other drawings that I do. Um, this isn't the first one that I've done just out of pure joy, you know. I've done a few like I did a hedgehog once, and I remember like I had no reason whatsoever to draw the hedgehog. I was just like, "Oh, it's cute. I'm gonna draw a hedgehog," and it was fun. It was fun. I just drew a hedgehog, and that was my thing that day, and it's uplifting. You know, this little guy here, same deal. He's just cute, and mop that up. I think I got a little crazy there with the. Well, it is what it is. Sorry about my sniffles. I think it's allergies, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm coming down with something. Yeah, so it's a little tough to come up with things to talk about because I just hung out with you guys last night. So it's like not like there's not a lot that happened today. I could go through like everything that happened to me today, but it would be very short. I woke up this morning and here we are. I just woke up like an hour ago. No, I'm just kidding. Um, no, I mean, I got I unfortunately I hate meetings, and I had like two or three of them today, but they were good because like they kind of you know wrapped up a few things in some cases and kind of set me on a path in others. It's not always bad to like have meetings and everything. I just don't look forward to them. They're not fun. A lot of times, you're so fancy hater. Yeah, the food that hater consumes, definitely foodie. We keep telling him he needs to do his own uh cooking show, or even if it's not cooking, then at least showing off what you're eating. Like, hey, this is what I'm eating today. I'm better than you. That'd be great. But yeah, like I don't know. Meetings kind of suck. You just sit around like, it, especially if like you don't really know what you're supposed to be talking about. There's always like if there's like a lull in the conversation, especially in like professional meetings, you're wondering like, am I supposed to be saying something here? Um, so that's always a challenge. But I don't know. These are things that you have to do in life, so you just get through them. But I'm happy all those are done. This is gonna be a great weekend because you just get to relax. And I mean, I still have projects I have to do, but it's like on my own schedule and stuff. I don't have to answer to anybody this weekend except this little mouse. I have a duty to make sure this mouse gets done. It's looking pretty good so far, I think. Oops. Yeah. I'm always dropping charcoal on my like all my jeans and stuff. They're just like all like charcoal and paint. Like I've got paint all over my pants and stuff. Um, Usually like when I'm doing these streams and stuff, I try to wear like old like pants and everything so that if I do drop something, it's not a big deal. But since I started streaming and since I started doing art in general, I have most of my clothes have like some sort of like paint supplies or charcoal or something like that. I wash them and everything, but they still leave like stains. I don't know. I guess you can't hide that you're an artist. Oh, sorry, Rum Dog. Yeah, this is wet charcoal. So sorry. So the first part and stuff was just charcoal on the end of a blending stump. At this point, I am using charcoal and I'm using a brush and dipping it in the water and grabbing some charcoal and basically staining the paper. Um, I like this because like the blending stump, it's a way to quickly deliver um, charcoal across the page in a soft way. So like this is very soft. It's not like I'm leaving any kind of like crazy texture or anything like that. But also like the way like when you use a brush, it's easy to like get fur in there. Like it looks like fur. I don't know why I said it like that. Fur. But it looks like fur when you use these brushes and just kind of like bristle it in. So it's especially like when you're doing a live stream and you've only got a certain amount of time, this is a very quick way to cover a lot of paper pretty quickly. So, I mean, I didn't know this when I first started, but once I picked this up, I'm like, oh man, that really helps my job here of getting stuff done because it looks pretty realistic. I mean, it's like it's the same deal if you were doing watercolor. Rum Dog says, I delivered an Amazon order to a 6 foot metal rooster dressed as Santa. Nice. That is cool. I bet you, like, as a Amazon delivery person, you have like a lot of adventures. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say that'd be fun because I don't want to like, nobody likes their job, so I don't want to. I don't want to diminish your pain and suffering at your job. But to me, it sounds like fun. It seems like any kind of delivery job where you go out and you meet strange people. That seems like a it seems like something I would enjoy. I probably wouldn't enjoy it very long. I'd probably get tired of it real quick, but I think that I would enjoy that for a little while at least. Like if I did it for a night, like if I was just a deliver, like if I was delivering pizza for a night, that would be a fun night for me. I think. In reality, it probably sucks. You rock out in the delivery truck. I'm curious about that too. Rum dog. You rock out in the delivery truck. I hope so. Do you ever have like anybody else with you doing deliveries? Um, or like, are you prevented from doing that? Like, say you have a kid or something. Are you allowed to bring your kid with you to work? Because I think that that might be worthwhile for like a lot of people as far as like job um, preference or whatever. All right, I'll come back and do these feet and make those look a little bit nicer. I want to. All right, so like basically, I go in stages here. So the next stage is I do want to come back and add some details. So like, even though I don't have to, I dip my pencil in the water. Right, it's weird, but it comes out. It comes out nice and smooth, like almost like ink when I do that. And again, I don't really know if that's just my imagination. I've talked about this before, where I'm not sure if it actually comes out smooth and inky and stuff like that, or if it's just in my mind. But I enjoy doing it. It's fun. Yeah, I can bring people. So basically, Rome Dog, I just realized that I need to come and visit you, and we're gonna go and deliver some packages at some point together, and we're gonna film it, and we're gonna put it on YouTube, and it's going to be awesome. Because like to me, I don't want your job. That's not your job. Sounds like it would get old pretty quick. I like, but I do want to I do want to do it for a day. That sounds like a lot of fun. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, you do have to try this web method. It again, it you see, it ends up looking like a watercolor. It works like watercolor, but it's also easy. It's so like you don't need a lot of water for it. It's not like you make a mess with it. This is just multimedia paper. That's a Canson multimedia paper. Multimedia, not multimedia, mixed media. Sorry, multimedia. Mixed media paper. So it's not like you make a big mess. It's not like you need like a lot of supplies. You can put your charcoal like this is all I'm using. Like this is my charcoal supplies. That would fit in a Ziploc bag, and then you bring like a water bottle with you and stuff. You're good to go. You could do this out in public. You can do this at a park. You can do this in your car. Whatever you want. It's not like you need like a big old art studio or anything like that. Um, the amount of supplies it takes to make a picture like this. Oh, and then like a drawing board, but I've got a portable drawing board. I just never use it. I could Amazon across the U.S. even in your city. So that's how you come and visit. All right, I got this in my mind now. So I think I think you can do like a whole road trip where you're Amazoning from one city to the next. Is that a thing? So like you could start you can start Amazoning. I think you said you were in California, so you can start Amazoning in California and just slowly move yourself east. Get over here like maybe a year later or something like that, but you've been paid the entire time. That'd be cool. That actually that sounds like a project. That would be kind of cool. So like you do that just for like a show or something for like I don't know for like YouTube or Netflix or something like that. Just Amazoning across the country. Now it's different every day. We cover about 65 5 mile radius. Do you use your own car, or I notice that sometimes they have their own like they have trucks, and then I've seen some people deliver in their own car. So here it looks so much smoother than up here. I don't know. You can't really see on the camera, but just little things I noticed. Your own car is called Flex. Huh. One of these days, I think I might actually like. Can you sign up for a day? Can you be a delivery person for one day just to see if you enjoy it? Because this that sounds ideal for me. Like I like um when I was younger, like a long long time ago, there was a day labor program where basically you show up in the morning. Like you always hear about I don't know like migrant workers showing up at like Home Depot or something. It was kind of like that, but you went to a place and you had to get there really early in the morning or else you're not going to get work. But you show up super early in the morning and they send you out on like literally day labor and you're gone for all the day and then you come back, you get your check that day and then you go home and then tomorrow you might be doing the same thing. You might be doing something totally different. You may not be working at all. Um, when I was I think I was a little bit older than a teenager, but not much older. I needed some quick money, and I'm like I'm gonna go do this day labor thing for like a week or whatever, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it because they had me doing something different every day of that week. So one day I was in a factory stacking books. They were coming off a printing press. Another day I was what all did I do? Uh, One day I was the only two ones that I remember is working in a factory, taking books off a printing press, and then the other one was super fun. Um, they sent me out to a power plant where they were cleaning the inside of one of the big boiler vats. So like they boil steam, I guess, and it turns it into electricity. And periodically they have to clean these things out. So what they were doing is that they were building scaffolding inside of this gigantic, I want to say, 10-story tall boiler vat. And they needed somebody, or they needed a whole team actually to construct that. that scaffolding, and my job was I had to take every little piece of that scaffolding, like all the different bars and all the different planks of wood and stuff, and pass it through like a yay big hole in the side of this boiler vat. And that was my job, and that's what I did all day. And man, it was work. I got to work out that day for real. And but you know what? Like I will always remember that I did that. I worked inside of a boiler vat in the power plant at one point, and I love that. I would love to volunteer, not volunteer, but I would love to sign up for something like that where you're being placed at different places all the time just to get the experience of working at different places. Um, what was that show? Dirty Jobs or something with Mike Rowe back in the day. I don't know, maybe it's still on, but I always thought that was kind of cool where he just goes around different places and does different things. I'd be into that. 3 hours, $78, 3.5 hours, 90. Huh. Yeah, Dirty Jobs. That was fun. That was a fun show. But yeah, I would love to do things like that. Just for the experience. I'm a very I'm into different experiences. The problem is I get bored really quickly. So I would I would hate to have that job like for more than a week or something like that. But just trying it out, I think I would very much enjoy that. Just being different things for a day. Reinventing yourself every day. That'd be kind of cool. Reinventing yourself every week. Totally different. That'd be kind of cool. Right. So it's very important when you're doing like a mouse ear. So they have these round ears and stuff, but it's also like really velvety. You want to make sure that you get it nice and smooth in there. I think I did that justice. But you want to remove any kind of like rough pencil marks, except like on the outside, like there's going to be some fur here, but up inside of here, you want that to be nice and smooth because the ears are like really smooth. They're like, I don't know, like instruments. Yeah, whatever the horn is. Yeah, I think this guy's looking cute. That's the goal. The goal is what did I say in the yeah, the title says draw a cute mouse. I could draw an ugly mouse. It'd look probably more like a rat. Switch between that and DoorDash. You ever do like Uber where you're driving people around, or is it just food? Food and packages, I mean. I think that'd be like fun for like a day. I think I would get tired of that really quick too. Because people can be annoying, right? Like, I'm not making this up, everybody knows. Um, People can be kind of annoying. I think it'd be fun to, you're too messy for Uber. I think it'd be fun to drive people around, but then I don't know. Like if I was driving people, say to the airport every day, um, first day it'd be like, oh, cool, yeah, where are you going? Oh, that sounds, yeah, that sounds fun. Like, hey, it's nice to meet you. All that stuff. The second day it'd be like, hey, this is kind of like the first day. This is still fun. It's kind of fun. I don't know if this is fun anymore. By the third day, you'd be like, I don't care where you're going. Get in the freaking car. Like we'll get there. And by the way, I hate you. That would be the experience driving an Uber for me, I think. It would probably get pretty old pretty quick. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'd really enjoy it. I do like people. I'm just joking about people being annoying. Well, people are annoying, but I also still like people. There you go. People are, you know, people are what they are. I don't care who you are. At some point, you're irritating somebody. That's just the way life works. At some point, everybody irritates everybody else for short periods. You can't stand traffic, so I could not do it. Yeah, that would be tough. that would be one of the tough aspects of it because, like, I mean, your job is to transport people as efficiently as possible. So if you get stuck in traffic or something like that, or for some reason you can't get the person to say the airport by the time they need to get to the airport, and they're yelling at you, they're like, "Why can't you speed it up?" I'm going to give you a bad rating or whatever. That's a lot of stress. That sounds terrible. You know what? Next time I take an Uber, I'm going to give the guy a big tip because I'm starting to feel bad for that Uber guy. I don't really do the DoorDash that stuff that much. Is that something that you guys do a lot? Like the Grubhub, DoorDash? I've done it like once or twice, and it's usually like when I'm on like a trip or something, and I'm like stuck at a hotel or something. Just don't want to bother going out. I might do like Grubhub. I think I'm trying to think. Did I do Grubhub the last time, or was it Uber Eats? I think it was Uber Eats. Yeah, and I never do it like when I'm in town. Like it's always when I'm out traveling. Like here, like I don't, I don't know. I would feel like I don't want to judge anybody if anybody does this stuff. I mean, I get it. Sometimes you're just a couch potato. You're watching a movie or something. You don't want to do anything. You know, you've got the app in your hand. You're like, well, I don't care if I pay like $5 extra for a burger. I want a burger and I don't want to go out and get it. I get it. I get it. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying if I did that, I would feel extremely lazy. I would feel personally if I if I'm in my own home and I'm too lazy to go out to McDonald's because McDonald's here is like I don't know like 5-10 minutes down the road, and I can see if like you were pretty far away from McDonald's or something like that. But if I can't be bothered to get up, dress my ass, and go to McDonald's and pick up a burger or something like that, I would feel pretty lazy. I'm not saying that you're lazy if you do that. I mean, everybody's made differently. I'm just saying that for myself, I would feel pretty judgmental of myself. I'm loving this mouse. I think he's looking super cute. But like I said, I usually do the Uber Eats when I'm out and about. It's also because I don't really know um what's available like wherever I'm at. I might if I was planning on going out or something, I would hop on like Yelp or something and just see what's in the area. But if I didn't know and I, for whatever reason, didn't want to go, a lot of times when I travel, it's not for vacation. It's for like some sort of work objective or something like that. So I don't, when I go back to the hotel or something, it's not after like a relaxing day of vacation. It's after like a day of work or something like that, and I just want to chill out. That's when I might open up the app and say, bring me a pizza. Not even a burger. I want a whole pizza. Really, I'm up in the country. There's not much traffic here. Moving to the country. Nice. Where I'm at in central Kentucky, it's pretty much rural. Surrounded by a bunch of horse farms and stuff like that. I like it. Um, I used to live in Cincinnati, and Cincinnati was a lot worse when it came to like traffic and stuff like that. Hader says, my initial job was as an office boy responsible for preparing and serving tea at a broker's desk for crude oil and gold stocks at the London Stock Exchange, despite my greater competence. Oh, that's pretty cool. Um, did you get any experience out of that? Sounds like they started you off basically on the ground floor, and it sounds like you've moved up in the world. Is it because you started off as like a ground? So like the equivalent I could think of is starting off in the mailroom. I don't even know if places have mailrooms anymore and stuff, but that's always the the story is like we're going to start you off in the mailroom and you can move up the ladder. Um, and the idea is that you would build experience every step up the ladder you go. So like I'm kind of curious if that was your experience or not. Like working working basically the shit job, did it give you the kind of experience that you felt like you might need when you moved up to the higher position you've got now? Yeah, I think I worded that right. I'm kind of curious about that. Some shadow up in here. I subjected to poor treatment by those mugs. Nice. Boss and his partners today. I've secured my own designated desk and position dealing BTC and ETFs. Nice. Congratulations. That sounds awesome. So, does your work bring you to the States at all, or is it all just in London? Sounds like that would be kind of something that could take you international. Sounds like a pretty cool job. That's better. That sounds like a better job. Like if I could do that for a day instead of like doing Uber Eats for a day, I don't know. I just like the different experiences. Like I would love to be in a, would love to be in an office trading, like Bitcoin, and then the next day go and be delivering pizzas or whatever the deal is. And then the next day, well, I have a live stream, so I have to do that. That sounds ideal. Don't like pin me into like anything. There you go. And keep it keep it interesting. I didn't have any privacy before. I really liked the privacy of your own office. Yeah. As a software developer, I work for myself now, but when I was working in an office, it was always in the bullpen. Um, we had cubicles, and they were basically like, side by side, essentially. Like a lot of them, it was arranged a little bit so it wasn't like just we're all in this big line together or something like that. But um, they weren't really even cubicles per se, where you'd have the privacy of like fake, fake walls or something around you. It was more like you could like look over and see your coworker across the way, and you could talk to him. So from like a collaboration standpoint, that was pretty good. Um, like even when I had like a position where I was responsible for training and taking care of like others and stuff like that, I didn't really feel like I needed an office. I like open space. So like I get the privacy bit, but I would trade the privacy for like an open space in a work setting. Like at home, yeah, I like my walls, right? But in a work setting, I'm very much a collaborative kind of person. So to each their own. Everybody's different, but for me, I'd rather have um, like an open workspace where I could talk to others, they could talk to me and stuff. Like everybody's got their headphones on anyway, so you're kind of like in your own little world. Except when you are collaborating. In that case, I like an open space. I I don't know. Like I don't think I would like an office now that I'm actually thinking about it. Some of my coworkers, like my supervisor had their own office, and some of the other people had offices in the building, but I never really envied them. I don't think. Like I never looked at it as like, man, if only I had an office, you know. But then again, like I said, I was I guess the equivalent of like a lead developer where I was often standing over other people's shoulders, like, hey, do this, do that, that sort of thing. So an office really wouldn't work for that. But I do like the collaborative environment. Um, if I had like I don't currently have like a team. We're all remote, like the people I work with. Uh, but if I had a team in a physical area, I think I think I would like it to be more of almost like a coffee shop setting where you have furniture around where people can go and do the private thing if they need to, like maybe like a room they can go into if they need like some quiet time or something like that, or if they need to meet with people. But for the most part, I think it would be like an open environment, kind of like a coffee shop with furniture that is, stuff you might find in a living room or something like that. A lot of tech businesses, the cliche is that they're all like, you've got like pool tables and games and things like that. No, I mean, the truth is, yeah, there might be some of that stuff, but nobody's got the time to use any of that stuff. Everybody's on deadlines. Everybody's trying to get stuff done. If people do have free time, they're they're not spending it playing video games or like even pool games and stuff like that. I don't know where that cliche came from, because like I have never seen anybody who has that much downtime. Everybody's always busy. I mean, it's a business, you know. You don't go there to like relax. You go there to work. Like you always see those things on TV where techies are sitting around playing foosball or something like that, and you're like, oh man, that sounds awesome. Like it's nice that they can sit there and play foosball. Maybe while you're brainstorming something. But what we had, like at my last place, is we just had like a little table or something with like puzzles and stuff like actual like 1,000 piece puzzles or whatever. Most of them were like Star Wars related, and we would have those sitting out. And like anytime you needed to like just go and chat with somebody and brainstorm something, you might go over there and put a few pieces in the puzzle. Like we never got the puzzle finished in like any reasonable amount of time. It might take us like 6 months to finish a puzzle or something like that. But that is ideal. Like that sort of environment, you're actually you have the opportunity to go and you know talk with somebody and like work through a problem or something of that nature, but you're not like wasting your time either. Like literally when you're working on a puzzle, your brain is keyed into like working on a puzzle, so it's conducive for problem solving, which is basically what all programming is. So like when you work in tech and stuff, it's all like problem solving. Problem My problem solving skills are actually what makes me halfway decent treasure hunter. I think because like that is literally what I do for a living is I solve problems, problems of my own creation, problems that clients bring to me, uh, client like problems that just kind of like present themselves. Like you know, I'll give you an example. Well, can't really talk about that one. If I that's an NDA one. All right. So an example of something is like say you had a ton of data and you needed to process that data relatively smoothly and quickly and stuff like that. So like you could just throw all that data into like one table in a database and query that. Um, but then you start thinking about like how can I speed this up? How can I break up this data so this in separate tables and I'm only querying the working tables. So like the stuff that I need to get at, and then the other stuff is like in long-term storage kind of database tables. Um, that sort of problem solving I enjoy. It's not like it's not like you can't just simply solve it and get by because you can. In many cases, you can kind of phone it in a little bit. But it is fun to solve the type of problems that I'm talking about, where you're like, just how do I speed this up? How do I make it faster? I'll give another example. I am working on a treasure hunt where I'm trying to crack a Bitcoin wallet. Um, so if you may not know, probably Hater does. Every crypto wallet has a recovery phrase that you can use to like restore a wallet, right? It's usually 12 words, could be up to 24 words. In this particular treasure hunt, there is a 12-word seed phrase, and obviously, I'm sorry, not obviously, like this isn't obvious to most. Um, there are 2,048 words that it could be that makes up this seed phrase, and there's 12 of them. They have to be in order. If you do the permutations there, that's 2,048 times 2,048 times 2,048 up to like 12, and they all have to be in the right order. Basically, the possible different permutations, if you were to simply guess what the wallet seed phrase is, It's like more grains of sand than are in the ocean. It's really nuts, right? So when you go to try to solve this puzzle, the guy's got a book, and supposedly these words are in the book, and you're supposed to figure out where they are in the book. Um, for somebody like me, I write software to do that, right? I take the contents of the book and I take all the words that are in the book and I try to find different ways to make those combinations work in a feasible way. And it's always 100% how can I optimize this and make it go faster? Because if I try, yeah, exactly, Lorraine, it's that cracked book. So there's 12 words. You can't run 12 word combinations through software. It's basically you can't solve that problem in your lifetime, even if you wrote software and you're running it on like a supercomputer, trying to crack all those different permutations. So you start thinking like, well, okay, maybe I don't need to run 2,000 words. Maybe I can get by just running, the ones that I think are likely and stuff. And you can hand put those into the thing. You gave up on that a long time ago. Yeah, I feel you. Like it is a tough treasure hunt. It really, or I wouldn't even call it a treasure hunt. It's more like a puzzle. Um, yeah, I totally agree with you. It is a tough one. I don't know how somebody who doesn't is not completely insane like I am would have the patience to even work on it. To be honest, like I'm working on it almost out of like frustration. But anyway, so like you can't run all 12 you can't run all 12 slots against 2048 words. There's just not enough time. It's impossible. um, it's not impossible. It's just you can't do it in your own lifetime. You can't do it in your kid's lifetime. You can't do it in your grandkids lifetime. There's just not that kind of computing power in the world. You can throw money at it, but it's going to end up costing you more than you put than you would get as a reward, and you still aren't going to be able to solve it. So that's a non-starter. But what you can do is you can problem solve, right? So you can think of different ways around it, and you can sit there and say, well, I may not know all the words, but I can guess some of the words, and maybe there's like 5 different words for this particular chapter or something like that. You can throw all of those in, and you can try to optimize that so that that goes faster. And I've got 30 different variations of my software that I've been working with on that. And they all do different. They all try different ways of doing it, but that's the kind of stuff I enjoy. Like I know I'm not making any sense because I can't really explain the specifics of it because it's just really complicated. But it is fun to solve problems in that way. That is what programmers do. So when you get in an office environment, you're working with a team. Anything that's conducive to solving problems in that way. So like basically with my friends, when we try to solve problems, we we like to get together and we just like work on puzzles while we're thinking about the problem and stuff like that. And working on the puzzle will help us solve the actual real world problem that we're trying to solve that much faster, or at least put us in the right frame of mind. Anyway, I don't know. The guy said in an interview, my videos, they are not political. Yeah, so that book. He's a retired Marine Corps guy who became a professor, and I think that's very much in the book. Yeah, the book is political for real. He definitely has some political viewpoints at least, and I don't know, like I don't want to talk bad about it really because like I mean the guy was nice enough to put a treasure hunt out there in the world and stuff like that, and you know I'm grateful that he did. I think it's a fun treasure hunt for me. I can't say that it would be for everybody. Probably not for everybody to be honest. But I don't know. Bitcoin's as high as it's ever been, so it's worth it to me. I'll give it a shot. I don't have any kind of illusion or delusion that I'm going to solve it, but it's fun to try. Like every time I run my software that tries to crack it, it's basically like playing the lottery for free. It's like I don't expect to win, but like it doesn't cost me anything to do it. It's like playing the lottery, but it doesn't cost you anything. Willy nilly said, "How many videos are there?" So for that, yeah. So for that treasure hunt, the guy did a couple of videos when he first launched it, and then he kind of lost interest. So there's like I don't know, maybe five at the most. I don't know. The book itself is like $14, but it is tough. So like one of the frustrating things about it is I think each one of the different uh, possible solutions and stuff, they're there's like multiple choices that it could be. That like he says there's red herrings in it, right? And that's kind of like a red flag already, because like when you have 12 chapters and let's say that there's like one red herring for each chapter, like there's two different possibilities that can be for each chapter. That's a lot of different combinations there, right? So like that's well, that's like 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 12 times, whatever that number is. It's a lot. And if you're manually trying to like, check every one of those ideas, and that's just like two ideas per chapter, it's crazy. It really is crazy. I don't know if he realizes that when he created the thing, and he's just like, well, I'm just going to create this difficult puzzle, um, or if he or if it just slipped his mind and it became something really crazy. But it could get crazy. It could get pretty crazy. But I'm actually trying to solve each chapter, testing different ideas I've got. See how it goes. It's like any other treasure hunt. You don't ever get into like treasure hunts or puzzles and stuff, um, to like you shouldn't get into treasure hunts and puzzles because you really really want to win. You should get into it just for the challenge. You try to win. You shouldn't have any expectation of winning. That's the way I look at it. So like the big treasure hunt now is that Treasure Inside by the John Collins Black guy. Nobody should be buying that book expecting to win that. They should they should really be participating only if they like a challenge that is near impossible. It's basically playing the lottery. I don't care how smart you are. You can be the smartest guy on earth. Um, a puzzle that somebody created purposefully to thwart a human being, you're basically playing the lottery because it may be a puzzle you can solve, or it may be something that's totally outside of your skill set. You don't know. So, like, I think that book is, I don't know, like, I think it's like $45. That's a $45 lottery ticket, essentially. I do it to keep me mentally active. That's the right attitude, Lorraine. It really is. And I definitely support treasure hunts from that perspective. They really are a great way to. I mean, it's like for those who aren't familiar with modern day armchair treasure hunts or whatever, it's kind of like escape rooms. Um, and they come in different versions. Like some of them are books, some of them are like you know, I don't know, whatever the puzzle creator wants to deliver them in. Um, Traditionally like people do books, but yeah, it's like a puzzle room in a book, and like there's usually a prize, like usually pretty substantial. Like that treasure inside one, that's a couple of million bucks, if you found all this. Thanks, kid. Yeah, he's super cute. Like I know not everybody's into mice, but this guy he's super cute. I like him. He's adorable. I'm gonna call him Squishy, but not too squishy. Not like willy nilly kind of squishy where she squished that one with a rock. No, this is like I'm sorry, I don't mean to pick on you. Yeah, the first like for those who came late, I'm 5 minutes into drawing this beautiful mouth, and Willie's like, "Hey, I killed one of those." She accidentally squished one with a rock. What did everyone have for dinner? What did I have for dinner? I had some egg rolls. I had some shrimp egg rolls. I forgot about that actually. It was much earlier in the day. Um, Usually, like just doing these live streams make me kind of hungry. I wonder why. So I usually grab a snack after I'm done. So I'm probably going to have something after I'm done. But I started off. with some shrimp egg rolls earlier. Burritos sound good too. If I hadn't been drinking, well, see, all right. So like I've been drinking, so now I want burritos, and I don't have the makings for burritos here at my house. Now I'm thinking, well, now's a good time to open up, Uber Eats and stuff, and go ahead and order some burritos because that's a good use of Uber Eats, right? So like I've been drinking, like it takes a lot to actually get me drunk. I drink so much bourbon, I've kind of become desensitized to it. But I still like even after one glass of bourbon, I'm not the type of person that would go out unless somebody else was driving. It's just my own moral code. One drink, I'm not driving. Because I was in a car accident one time where a drunk driver hit me, and it would be kind of hypocritical to ever do that myself. Um, so I'm the type of person who, if I'm having a glass of bourbon, I'm in for the night. I'm not going anywhere unless somebody else is driving. Somebody else could take me out or something like that. So I'm not getting burritos tonight unless I open up that Uber Eats, which I suddenly realize is kind of like the point. Because tonight, I'm really interested in burritos. So like I'm debating whether or not like is it worth that extra couple bucks to get a burrito through Uber Eats? And yeah, I kind of feel like it is. All right, so at this point, I think I got to get some little fluffy hair, and then maybe get some whiskers in here. I'm gonna try that. Sorry, I forgot the tail bit. Some terrible deep fried pizza bites. They melted all the cheese out, so it's just like shells. Um, I don't know, like people have different feelings about Little Caesars. I used to like Little Caesars when it was like $5. You could just like go and get a hot and ready pizza for $5. I thought, hey, that's not that bad. Even though it's like cardboard pizza and it's not the best pizza in the world. I actually enjoyed Little Caesars, um, especially when it was $5. They jacked the price up to like way above $5, so now it's like I barely ever go there. But they keep advertising these like little, basically like pizza cupcakes. It's it looks like a little cupcake. It's got like a little bit of dough in it. It's got a couple of pieces of pepperoni, some sauce, and then like a shit ton of cheese. I'm looking at those. I'm like, that looks disgusting, but I want one. I really, really want one. I just want to give that a shot. I'm pretty sure that'll mess me up and make me sick, but I kind of want to. I kind of want it. It looks like a pizza cupcake, and I think that's brilliant. Like I don't know if it's worth the $3.99 that they charge for it, but I kind of want to make pizza cupcakes myself. Give that a shot and see how it goes. But anyway, I just wanted to comment on it because I just recently saw an ad for it, and I'm like, oh, Oslo! I remember Oslo. Yeah, Oslo's an adorable dog. I got to draw Oslo. It was awesome. All right, so I got to get a whisker in here. Just gonna. This is kind of hard to do after you've been drinking. Like draw straight lines. This is my sober check. Like, can you draw a straight line? No, officer. Let's see. Yeah, this ain't hard. Get some little whiskers up in here. Get some. Sorry, I always get quiet when I'm concentrating on something. Yeah, I did draw Oslo. It's great. It's a beautiful dog. Oh, and the thing I remember, sorry, the thing I remember the most about drawing Oslo is like, love your couch. Um, Oslo was sitting on this beautiful like leather couch. I just love it. Get a few little whiskers up here. Come out the eye. It's tough to get these whiskers in because like you can really mess up the whiskers if they don't look like natural. Anyway, I think that's good. Yeah. All right. So I feel better about that. Okay. I was a little bit nervous there. I think that those look like natural whiskers, so I'm pretty happy. All right. I think what do I want to do? I'm going to go ahead and put in some splotches because I like putting in splotches just to kind of de-stress the picture a little bit. Like especially with like a mouse and stuff, you kind of want it to be a little bit grunge, a little bit distressed. Well, this helps you kind of cover up like so the focal point is here. So I talk about this stuff sometimes, so I forget to mention it every time, but the focal point is here, right? So this is where you want the person's eye to go to, right? So in order to do that, you need to put in like a lot of detail around here to capture their visual interest, right? Direct their eyes to it. But also, part of your job is to make the rest of this look more abstract and make it less detailed so that it doesn't distract. So, like if I put like a lot of detail into like say the tail or something like that, then the tail is competing against the face for your attention. So what I like to do is I like to not put a lot of detail into the things that I don't want you to look at. Well, I want you to look at all of it, but I want you to start here and then kind of move around. So I don't want to put a lot of detail into like the legs and stuff, but also by putting in these dots and stuff, it's a natural dissolvement. So it does kind of lead your eyes, and in my opinion, this is what I think at least. It does kind of lead your eyes down to where things are kind of dissolving. So that's the trick. Um, it's not like I invented it or anything like that. Other people do this. But yeah, so this is also like Rome. This is also another good use of the wet charcoal. So this is just again taking a lot more water than what I was doing before and just kind of splotching it. And I think it's a cool effect. Has this like little grunginess to it. And over there, you end up with you end up with like charcoal in your hands, but that's okay. Dog is incredibly charming. May you enjoy a long and healthy life. Yes, Oslo is incredibly charming. Everybody's pets in this, like everybody in this community, you guys have the best animals, and they're just beautiful. They're super sweet. I'm jealous. Oh, my dogs are terrible. I'm just kidding. I love my dogs too. They're always doing these cute things that just make me like, I don't know. I just love them so much. Like Bear, whenever we're sitting on the couch watching a movie, I was watching Deadpool again the other day. She just comes up and she puts her head like right here. And I read an article once that said like, dogs don't really like hugging or something. They've never met my dog. My dog loves hugging. I don't know about some of these articles that I read. Like that one didn't make any sense because like I don't know. Most of the dogs I've met aren't touch me nots, you know. I also read an article for those of you guys that like horses. I read an article that said um, horses like people, like horses like to be around people just because of like the bond between horses and people over time. Horses feel safe around people. They like to be around people. They prefer to be around people than not, just for that, like they feel safe around people. But then here's the kicker, and this is what all the horse girls in the world don't want to hear. Horses want to be around people, but they don't care who they're around. They apparently they've done these studies where horses could care less what people they have no loyalty. They don't care who they're around. They just want to be around people. So um, I say horse girls just because like the organization I worked at was predominantly women. But the there's a difference between somebody who owns a horse and a horse girl. Okay, a horse girl is like, oh, I love my horse. My horse is everything. I love my horse more than my boyfriend or whatever like that. Um, they adore horses. Horses are everything to them. Um, it's kind of sad that the horse does not reciprocate that affection. The horses like people, but they don't care who the person is, and that's just devastating, I think, for horse girls. But it's also kind of funny. I mean, it makes sense, you know. Dogs definitely are attached to particular people. You know, they know what their person smells like. They know what their person acts like. Like no, I see willy nilly. You probably own a horse, so it probably depends on the horse. No, no. This is science. I'm saying that they did a study, and maybe it does depend on the horse, but they did a study, and according to the study, um, they don't care. The horses don't care. They just want to be around people. They don't have any kind of like particular loyalty to a particular person. Which I'm with you. I think it's incredibly sad. It sucks because like you would want your horse to care, but I don't know. At least according to that study, they did not. But yeah, horses are probably they're not all the same. So I'm sure there is some variation there, but they're not like dogs. Dogs are loyal. You know, I noticed that the other day, like at Halloween. On Halloween, I had all that face makeup on and stuff. I looked visibly different and stuff. But the dogs, they didn't notice. Uh, they I guess identified me by my mannerisms or my smell or whatever. But they like even though I looked visibly different, the dogs did not seem to notice or care. And now that I'm realizing it, maybe they just don't care about me. But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's because they already recognize me anyway. Hey, Coopart, nice. Shout out, Jeremy. Looks great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah. Hopefully this looks cute to people. I'm having fun drawing it. Yeah, there probably is some variation to people's horses. Like nothing's ever the same thing. Like people are different, horses are different, dogs are different. You can make generalities and stuff, but you have to remember they're just generalities. They're not. But also, I just like to mess with I don't know like these these horse girls. They're fanatics about their horses and stuff like that. So I just like poking fun at them. Like, yeah, you adore your horse, but your horse doesn't adore you back. If a kid is adopting you, hater, we're gonna be brothers because she already said that she's gonna adopt me. So you basically are gonna be cooking for everybody here. I think I need to get like a white whisker in here as well, and I kind of want to darken some of this area so that I can do that with a gel pen. I think I'm going to do a gel pen for that. Yeah, we're all going to be adopted by kid, and we're all going to live at her house in her raccoon room. That's where we're going to live. We're going to be kids raccoons. That's going to be our code name for the team. Kids raccoons. That actually sounds really nice. That sounds great. I joke sometimes, but then I start thinking like, huh, that actually sounds really nice. I would love to be kids raccoons. That'd be great. All right, let's see if I can get. I don't know if this is going to look right, but yeah. All right, so just kind of come across your your dark area and get some of these whiskers in. That looks nice. And actually, now that I know that that's going to work, I'm going to darken in a little bit more. Like I don't feel bad using my gel pen in this case. You know, it's not unlike whiteout back in the day. Nobody faulted you for using whiteout. But yeah, you get little whiskers across there. I think that looks good. I can get actual ink out of this. Okay, and then the parts where it goes over the black areas, I need to fill that in. Nice. You know, guys, there's not that much more to do here. I know that like we're only an hour and 25 minutes in. I'll probably spend another 5 minutes on this, but I think we're looking pretty good. This one was relatively short and relatively short because it's a mouse. Mice are short. Um, Relatively straightforward and simple. I like it. It's looking good. I know I'm left out of the adoption thing. I'm a redheaded stepchild. Rome Dog, we already said you're coming across the country, uh, working at Amazon the entire way. Amazon delivery all the way across America. And then once you get over here in the Eastern time zone, then yeah, you're gonna come and live with us, man. It's gonna be awesome. Of course, we're all gonna live at kid's house, so we should probably like, get her permission. But yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Hey Whitney, how's it going? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I thought this might be a fun one for tonight. Going into Thursday, I kind of want to like take it back a notch. Like I don't know. I'm not I'm not a DJ, but if I were a DJ, I'd be like rocking the like high energy music on Tuesdays, and then I'd bring it down a lot notch. Like I'd make it like a little bit mellow going into the weekend, so that we can all just coast on in. But yeah, you go to bed tonight and you wake up tomorrow, and it's the weekend. I mean, it's not technically the weekend. I am going to make every effort to go to the. Don't hold me to this because you guys know I'm terribly unreliable when it comes to these things, but I am going to make every effort to go to the Gallerhop this weekend because I've been to several and I've talked about it on this channel enough that I'm going to go and try to shoot some video, and it may be rough. It may just be like something where I'm like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm here at this thing." Don't expect anything like high production or anything like that, but just gonna share my time with you guys. Kind of show you around Lexington. That'd be kind of cool, right? Um, you got so all joking aside, like I don't know if Willie left the room because she's upset about that her horse doesn't care about her. But no, all joking aside, if you love horses, Central Kentucky is big on horses. And oh, okay, you're still here. Okay, if you love horses, Central Kentucky is big on horses, and we have like a lot of horses around here. So um, I recommend visiting. It's one of our big tourism things. We have the bourbon and we have the horses. So like if you like bourbon and you like horses, consider coming to Lexington for your next journey or vacation or whatever you want to call it. We've got a lot to offer from that standpoint. So maybe I will shoot some video if I remember to, and kind of show it off a little bit for my friends. You guys are my friends, and maybe you guys might be interested in that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously, horses care about people, and if you're the only person in the horse's life, that horse is going to care about you. So it is nothing to be concerned about. Anyway, I think I'm about done with Squishy here. I think I'm going to call him Squishy. I would love it if you guys come up with a better name for Squishy than what I came up with. So feel free to use the comments down below and drop a suggested name. I love it when you guys have done that in the past. You guys have been super creative on these names that you guys give to these little creatures. But I like this guy. I think he looks pretty good. Um, I'm pretty happy with it. I keep going back over areas like I kind of want this to be a little bit darker, but I think this is pretty good. I showed off a couple of techniques here, so I'll just kind of explain them again. Basically, you start off, you do the eyes just to kind of like create like a focal point, and then you use this blending stump to kind of add some shadow. You come back with a pencil dipped in the water to do like the details and stuff, and then you also use a brush to kind of like smooth out some areas and stuff. So like some of these areas where it kind of filled in like this gray here and stuff like that, that's all done with the brush. So if you're interested in drawing and charcoal and stuff, go back to the beginning and just kind of watch the entire process. I've done a number of pictures in this style. You know, this mouth I think turned out really good. There was a ferret that I did pretty recently in this style, and that really turned out well. I've done a couple of I think I've done a couple of dogs, maybe a cat or two in this style, and they all turn out really nice. I think it's a great way to draw in charcoal. You know, when it comes to charcoal, there's a lot of different styles available and stuff. So I enjoy doing this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Hopefully you guys picked up something. But I think that's it for me tonight. Again, Gallery Hop is tomorrow, so I'll go and try to shoot video from that. Otherwise, I will see you guys on Tuesday. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight, and you know, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. And for those of you who do, Stuart Little, there you go. That's a good one. I should have went with that, honestly. Willie says I've only ridden a horse 2 times. Yeah, horses are fun. I really, yeah, they are like big dogs. They are. They're, I think they're smarter than cows. I'm not really sure, but yeah, they're like big dogs for real. Um, sounds cool. Jeremy thinks always a party. Minky Mouse. Ah, that's a good one too. I like that. All right. So yeah, I think that's it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Stay cool. If you guys are into art and stuff, go be creative. Go and create some art. I highly recommend it. Thanks, Wayne. Thanks, kid. Everybody have a great weekend. Bye. Bye, everybody.